Welcome to the Seek Outside podcast.
And then you think that's bad? You see Ryan on the phone in the office.
Some people are just wired that way.
Welcome to the Seek Outside podcast. Today is November 5th, and it is a Wednesday. And thank you guys for joining us.
It is.
Always got to enter. It's a Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday.
Woohoo.
It is, in fact, a Wednesday.
Woohoo.
Breaking news here. But no, thank you guys for tuning in today. We got a fun episode. We got some of our friends from New Zealand, the Kiwi boys. We got Mark. We got Stu talking about New Zealand hunting.
Yep.
Had Owen on that interview portion to kind of share his experiences. And I don't know, it's kind of a good one. We break down some of the more intricate stuff about hunting down there if you're ever interested in going down there.
Yeah.
Breaking down, how some of the permitting is, just how...
Lack thereof.
Yeah, lack thereof, and how the public lands work and all that stuff. So stay tuned for that. And then we got a couple of announcements. We're going to talk about some of our Christmas list stuff, gear that we have on our personal Christmas lists this year. It's just all Seek Outside stuff. No, I'm just kidding.
No
Seek Outside stuff. Don't worry.
Not that I wouldn't have Seek Outside stuff on my list. But we're doing it. No Seek Outside stuff.
Yeah, no propaganda machine for you today. And then, well, I guess we should probably start by saying our next episode will be out during our Black Friday sale, but it's going to be starting
the
12th of November.
With some limited deals.
Yep.
There'll be deals as it goes.
Yeah, there's some fun ones. Basically, what we've done in the years past, or what we did last year, it's basically the same thing. So up to 20%, you save 15%, basically site-wide, and then 20% on hot tents, because hot tents are already discounted 5%. So
yep.
It's the biggest time.
And when do you see that discount? It's when you add it to the cart.
Yeah, yep. And you'll see, I think we'll probably end up doing a coupon code. So you just have to enter a coupon.
It'll be a coupon code, but you'll see the 20% because once you add the bundle to the cart, that's where you see the discount.
Yeah. So yeah, that'll be fun. I mean, we're going basically all the way till December. What is it? December 2nd or 3rd, somewhere around there.
I think it's the 3rd, yeah.
3 weeks. You have a little time to do some research and pick out what you want. Just a warning, lead times do always extend during Black Friday.
So if you want to we do have some stuff in stock. So the best time to get in is get in early. Yeah. On that Black Friday stuff, especially if you're wanting to play with it this year. Yeah. Otherwise, lead times can extend well into the 3 to 5 weeks towards the end of the sale. Yeah.
Yep. Sometimes even more. Another thing, we won't have this for Black Friday, but we will be having merch coming soon. It's on its way. We got some hats, some T-shirts that will be coming probably in the next 2 to 3, maybe 4 weeks. Look for that somewhere around December. So keep an eye out for that. Good Christmas gifts. We're getting some really comfortable shirts. We've been away from the merch game for a while. The shirts that we're getting are very comfortable.
We're stoked to be back.
Yep. Hats with leather patches.
Yep.
So there's some
cool
good stuff.
Cool logos, cool designs.
Yep. And we'll obviously go more into that when we get those in. So we always love, merch is fun because it allows us to if you ever see a Seek Outside t-shirt out in the wild at like a trade show or something like that, you're like, oh, that's awesome. It's good to see.
It's cool.
So,
yeah.
But yeah, that's basically the announcements here. Black Friday, stay tuned. We'll give you an update on that during the next episode, kind of what some of our favorite deals are and what that, where you can save the most money. But I think for now, we're just going to stick to check the website out November 12th, save up to 20%, basically site-wide. So enjoy that. Let's see. I'm gonna cut this. Speaking of Black Friday, before we get into our interviews, well, actually, I'll save that for last. No, since we just talked about Black Friday, we'll go into this. So, season, we were just on a fun mule deer hunt.
Smacked them.
$2 within 2 hours of probably first shooting light. So
yeah,
got them down and then solid 7 or 8 hour pack out.
Yep.
With 2 mule deer. So
it was a good hard day.
It was, yeah. Killed 2 nice bucks. You killed a smacker, a tank. We basically walked into a meadow and there were 2 bucks sitting there and
smacked them.
We got lucky. We got them that day because the very next day we were like camped at this trailhead and there's just freaking trucks pulling in and out.
Guys. Yeah, we were the only people there in that like zone about 3 miles in. Like trailhead was all to ourselves, everything. Next day, it was a party.
Yeah.
It was a clown show.
It was crazy. I've never seen anything like that where it's like the opening day of some spot is just there's nobody there and then the very next day it was freaking packed.
Dude, something I do want to bring up about that. It still bothers me to this day. Is like, I totally get if you're camping like on a road or near a trailhead,
Mm-hmm.
like cars are going to drive through and park. It's a given. You can't be mad about that, right? Mm-hmm. Or like if the campsite's close to a road, you're going to hear trucks coming in early in the morning. That one man
mm-hmm.
who came in and he nearly knocked on the tent, like 4 in the morning?
Yeah.
Talking to us. I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
You can see the deer. They're right in front of the damn tent. Don't be talking to us.
And
we're trying to sleep.
Yeah. So basically we were,
And he parked, mind you, let's say camp is, 30, 40 yards off the road,
Yeah. I mean,
he parked 10 yards from our tent.
Yeah. So basically, it's second day and we hear this truck pull in and it's a smaller road, but we're clearly in a camp spot.
Yeah.
Clearly in a very marked camp spot. There's places up the road where you can park. Granted, maybe the guy didn't know that, but still.
But even like where the parking area was big.
Yeah. And there were plenty of spots farther down there.
Yeah.
And this guy pulls up at 4:30 in the morning, and he pulls like, our tent is, right here, and then probably 15 yards max is where he parked, right next to Owen's car.
Yeah.
And, we have all of our stuff there, and it was just kind of a weird situation.
And he walked up to the tent. That's what bothered me the most. Like the parking was like, all right, that's kind of weird, but walked up to the tent and started talking to us.
Yeah. And I think he we had like a big battery pack and it had like a light on there. So the only thing I can think of is that he saw that and thought that it was maybe a headlamp.
That we were up, yeah.
But still, I mean, like you have to walk over and you don't hear people moving around. It's, it's getting to the time where people should be up and about. He walks right up to our tent. And he's like, you guys hunting elk or deer? And, we're in our freaking beds.
Yeah.
It's like deer. And, he was like, oh, yeah, me too. And he was like, oh, you guys already got one. And you could see once he saw the deer that he got a little butthurt.
Yeah.
He was like, oh. Which,
well, and we told him, dude, the spot was blown out.
Yeah.
We were like, hey, there's probably not going to be much back there. We just...
we made 4 trips.
Yeah, we've made 4 trips. Shotguns, sawed out deer.
Yeah.
Listen to some tunes on the way out.
Blasting music on the way out. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, spot's kind of blown, Yeah. And he was like,
it was just more I felt like he was trying to assert himself in that, people get competitive on public land. I get it. But I almost felt like there was
something weird.
He was like, if we were still hunting, I could see that situation, just his demeanor, how he was talking, where he parked. It could have gotten a little confrontational,
Yeah, kind of alphaed us.
Yeah.
We tried to alpha us.
But
we alphaed him.
Then he
by
saw
having
the
2
deer.
big 4x4s right in front of the tent.
That was ultimate alpha right there. But
you know why we aren't up right now, dog? Because we already got them.
We sleeping in, man. Yeah.
Work's done.
Work is done.
Yeah.
So we are going to have a film coming out about that probably next year. So keep an eye out. It's a fun one.
Film's done.
It is.
We could have released it during the season.
Yeah.
Like literally during second season. That's how
quick we knocked them down.
That's how quick the media machine and how quick we knocked them down is here. But we're going to save it for next season.
Yeah. So keep an eye out. But
it's a good film.
Yeah. Oh, it's great. It's awesome. And
it's very action packed.
Yeah. Yeah. Which you would expect. I mean, it was maybe a 4-hour hunt total. Which is kind of a bummer. I don't know. I know you were just out for first season.
Yeah.
I hadn't been out since like archery season, and mule deer hunting is my favorite hunting time of the year. I just love hanging out up there that time of year. So I was kind of like, man, I wish. Like I didn't wish that we hadn't been successful. It was more like, I wouldn't have complained if I would have had a second tag that I can sit and fill,
Yeah, it was like for me, I had been out scouting the weekend before first season, been out all of first season in the backcountry, and then straight into second season. Like I was just kind of sick of being in a tent.
Yeah,
I was ready to be home, and then I was like, yeah, we're going to, before the season started, I'm like telling Ryan, I'm like, yeah, we're going to put down the hurt, smack some big ones. And then once I got to camp, I'm like, I'm killing the first legal animal I see.
Well, and it started off as like, so my strategy when hunting, especially when you have a week, is like, all right, let's not bomb into an area right away, just in case. I mean, you could hike 3 miles, burn all these calories to get into a spot where there's no deer. I prefer personally to kind of check some areas out, go into your best one. But we had kind of agreed that we're like, all right, well, we got this one spot on Onyx. Maybe we'll hike in. It was like 3.5 miles from the trailhead. We're going to bomb in first day. We're going to stay out there all day.
Yeah.
And then you got back from doing the massive trip that you did.
Being skunked.
And you're like, yeah, let's fucking road hunt.
Yeah.
Let's road hunt. So we settled in between the middle there. We did
just
hike in a good amount.
Day hunted.
Yeah.
Had a nice base camp in the new tent.
Yep. It was awesome.
It was
so sick.
Ate some pork chops.
Yeah. We'll insert some of that video here.
Yeah.
Just so people we've been teasing. This is the most we've teased a tent probably ever.
It is a sick tent.
Yeah, it is. But you know what I'm saying? Just in terms of we've had it ready for a while.
It's nice.
Pretty cool.
We're finally getting our stuff together here. We don't just, we're actually dialing things in.
15 years later.
15 years.
But where I was going with this this whole thing started, was we just got done with a bunch of trips.
Yep.
This is the time when you get to assess your gear.
Yep.
Maybe you had some gear failures, and we came back and we decided that on this podcast we wanted to put 5 items on each of our
5-6
Christmas lists, 5 or 6 that whether it's from camping, whether it's from hunting, anything like that, just things that we need to upgrade.
End of the year wish list.
Yeah. That are kind of in that price range where it's a good Christmas present, nothing too crazy.
Yeah, I don't know about that. For my number one.
I know my
I need a
ones.
very rich sugar mama for this to be mine.
Yeah.
What's number one for you? We'll go one by one.
All right. Yeah.
Number one, top piece of gear you wish was sitting under the Christmas tree.
Yeah. So the one thing I need to get for next year is a bigger cooler. So
what you need is to throw away both your coolers and get 2 new coolers.
I have 2 old Coleman coolers. They're great, and they're great for deer. You can definitely fit a whole deer in there, but having a bull elk in September and not being able to close the cooler fully was a little nerve-wracking, especially just based on where I was.
That's fair.
So I need to get a bigger cooler. I mean, ideally it would be one of those big old freaking Yeti, 500-gallon ones or whatever the hell they are.
Yeah.
But I think it's important. It's something that I hadn't really realized. I've done a lot of the trips in the past, like when I've killed an elk during archery season in the past, it's, I'm 30 minutes from my parents' house. And so I could just drop the stuff off there. This trip, I was, had to pack them out and took multiple trips. And then it was like a 4-hour drive back. It's 80 degrees outside once you get down in the junction. And it was a little nerve-wracking just keeping the meat cool. So having a bigger cooler is something that I'm going to try to upgrade for next year.
Now, see, that seems like an obtainable Christmas gift for you. Somebody get you.
Mm-hmm.
A couple people band together, get you a nice cooler.
Mm-hmm.
Seems possible. My number one.
New truck.
I want a 14-foot high side raft.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
I've decided that is what I want to do. That is my new outdoor thing. You can fish from it.
Mm-hmm.
Sick. You can float from it. Sick. You do
duck
we have
hunt.
So many rivers here. Yeah, duck hunt. So many rivers here that you can get a permit and go on a couple-day trip and just chill, smack beers, eat good food. Rafting has been one of my favorite new things. So,
high side raft is just, what is that?
It's a brand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I just want a 14-foot raft with a frame.
Yeah.
Fishing accessories. But the problem is, if you buy that new, you're like $10,000. It's not cheap to get a real raft.
It's not quite a Christmas gift.
Yeah, they can last like 30 years,
Yeah.
So I've been on Marketplace. I can't afford it right now, but I'm hoping like next spring, I just like miraculously win the lottery and just buy myself a sick raft.
Yeah.
Also, if you think lead times are bad on Seek Outside, you should look at Highside's website.
What are they?
I'll tell you right now. They're pretty bad. You go explain yours. Explain your second gift while I do this.
All right, yeah. So my second one is it's kind of a black and white situation. So not going to say the brand name of the boots that I have because I don't want to be an asshole. But they are god awful. And in fact, maybe I'm just going to show the camera real quick here.
Real quick. 7 to 10 months.
7 to 10 months. Oh, that's quite the lead time. All right. So this is, nobody can profit off of this. All right. This is, maybe we should blur them out, but, I'm going to show the camera here. You got to tune in.
They are ugly. Ew. Man does not have any toenail left. Put those things back where they came from.
Yeah.
So help me.
So if you are just listening, I just showed my toe, and it looks like my toe took a page out of Caleb Williams's book, and he painted his nails before a big game. I did not paint my nails. That is from my toes rubbing up against the top of my boots. Now, this boot company is a popular one. Spend a lot of money on marketing. And I have had nothing but issues with them since I got them.
They're separating.
Toe. Yeah, I mean, the only thing that they're still good at is waterproof, which is shocking. But fit-wise, comfort-wise, they're bad. So, before this pair, I had a pair of Danners, Alceas. Unbelievable. Great pair of boots.
Yeah.
They are comfortable. They're not super stiff, so if you're looking for a stiff one, they might not be the way to go.
Yeah.
But they lasted forever, and they're comfortable. That's the big thing. And they kept their waterproofing for a long time. So that is the next thing on my list is a new pair of hiking boots that doesn't suck. And the key thing here is on my Christmas list, I'm going to say go with Danners or don't buy the marketing hype on certain brands.
Yeah.
Because
I bought some Danners out of your recommendation because all the other brands were quite spendy. I will say I do want a pair of Kenetreks.
Yeah.
I think that's probably going to be the ultimate boot for me.
Yeah.
But the Danners are very comfortable for the price. I picked mine up at Sportsman's Warehouse for 140 bones.
Yeah.
They were on a discount. They're like a $200 boat anyways. I mean, that's like...
It's crazy.
I've bought sneakers for $140.
Yeah.
And they are pretty dang waterproof. Like, not had any actual leakage.
Yeah.
They're comfortable. Got good grip.
Mm-hmm.
They're,
And they also have a made in the USA line too, like the high quality leather stuff.
Yeah, mine are definitely not made in the US, but
no, but I like that option. Like it's like, all right, you can either go with the high quality, which I'm sure is amazing, or you can go with the lower one there.
Yeah. I mean, they've been great. They're uninsulated. They're just nice. They're a nice boot. Like, I think there's some things that I would like better, but that kind of leads me actually to my number 2.
Yeah. Oh, and I just want to say one thing on the Danner. Like the other one, they own Lacoste too, which I've heard great things about. So
nice.
Kind of in the same boat.
I've also wanted to try some La Sportivas too.
Yeah.
Heard good things.
Yeah. They're good. Like I had a pair of La Sportiva just step up from trainers.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
My number 2 is some kind of custom insole, such as maybe a Sheep Feet or other brands. I just get advertised Sheep Feet, so that's the brand I know. But I think with my Danners, that's my biggest complaint. When I was, punching out 100 pounds of deer, feet were hurting a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just the bottom, like there wasn't enough cushion. So I can
see that.
I think of nice insole. I've always wanted to try it. Be a good gift.
Yeah.
I mean, the Sheep Feet are ridiculous in price. But I feel like somebody out there makes something equivalent for half the cost.
Yeah.
I mean,
the
10% worse.
They're literally form fitted to your foot, so that's probably why. That is the one thing about like those softer boots, but that's why I like those softer boots is because they're quieter. They kind of form a little bit more.
I love a softer boot. I've always hunted in tennis shoes.
Yeah.
Like unless it's pure winter, I will hunt in tennis shoes as much as I can because I hate a really, really stiff boot. I think this is like the first pair of boots I've gotten that I've like enjoyed because they're not stiff, but they're like not very.
Yeah.
Like, they're just a nice boot. Like
they're flexible.
There's like, people talk about like you want something that does everything. I feel like that's a good boot that does it. And they're lightweight, and they're cheap.
Yeah.
So
I feel like the stiff boot craze is a little.
The only time, like, when we're walking through all that shale and stuff, especially with weight on, and then like some of the side hilling we did for my first season hunt, real steep, nasty stuff, that's where I was like, a stiff boot would be sick.
Yeah, but see, I think it's worth having the flexible boots because
I've also absolutely deleted this ankle. Too.
I mean, that could be part of it. But I do think using those softer boots, it trains those muscles more. Like,
oh, definitely.
And it allows you to have a little bit more control. It's over time, you get better at like walking through that nasty terrain.
They talk about it in moto, kind of the same thing is like, so people wear like a knee brace that's also a pad and that it actually weakens you.
Yeah.
To rely on the brace.
Yeah.
So I have seen that. And
I mean, that's the whole like web, the web tennis shoe things. Yeah. So.
Strengthen the actual foot and stuff. So
yeah. Which I totally believe in.
Yeah. What's your number 3?
Number 3 is I need a new motion decoy. And after the last couple of years for duck hunting, I should say, and I really
for elk motion decoy for elk, big old unit.
Yeah, for archery season, I could use that.
You're gonna get shot by a guy with a muzzleloader.
Well, you just got to use it during archery when non-muzzleloader. Oh, there you go.
Number 7.
Put that on there. But and here's kind of what. So I've always used like the flapper, the Mojo duck, the classic ones. I've come to the conclusion that hunting on public land, those do not work at all. And in fact, they actually scare things away. And I don't know. I feel like they had their time, but now the good motion decoys are the ones that like make motion in the actual water.
Yeah.
But like the flying ones, I've over the last couple of years, I've hunted too much on public land spots where I end up just turning that thing off because I'm like, every dude and his mother has one of these, and when you walk up on that thing, you see it. Like if you walk and you see another guy hunting down the river or something like that, and you see the motion decoy, it just doesn't look good. I feel like they need diversity, and maybe motion decoys need some I don't know, some innovation there because they just really don't work. But I want one of the ones that actually moves the water, like the power shaker. I think is from Avian X or something like that. It like looks like it's swimming around, and I think that's something that I need. Is and they're super lightweight. They're a lot lighter than the Robo Ducks.
Yeah.
So.
Well, my number 3 is gonna be a technical orange gear in general. Technical fluorescent orange gear in general. I haven't done enough research, but I tell you what, I went and bought a new orange vest. It's like $20, which you obviously can't expect too much for $20. But it made my pack out so miserable for me because it's slippery, right? And that on a belt, a hip belt in general, when you have 100 pounds, the hip belt slip was gnarly. I've packed out a ton of animals in our packs, and like generally there's no hip belt slip, but it was actually so infuriating. Plus, I had a very heavy gun, which was like lopsided on my pack because I was trying to carry like most of everything out in one trip. It was just not a very great pack out experience for me, and I think that a orange jacket that's like a mesh, that's maybe like it doesn't interfere with your layering system would be really nice, number one, because I feel like those contact spots when you're wearing a pack, it'll heat them up, and then the vest gets wet and your clothes get wet from sweat. Yeah. So something like that with like a technical clothing there would be really sick. And then number 2, something that isn't so damn slippery. So that would be, I feel like, an obtainable thing on my gear list, that if somebody wants to buy me, I would totally take. But it's one of those things like, all right, let's say I only wear it 12 times a year, but it's like, it makes a big difference. Yeah. Yeah.
I get why companies don't do this, but I feel like it would be a good idea to make like a like a base layer, like a merino wool that in the midsection is fluorescent orange, and then the arms are like camo. So it's like essentially you're just wearing the same clothes. If you're a big time rifle hunter, I mean, when you're packing something out, you're typically in the minimum amount of layers.
True.
So you just have that.
But even packing in, like, you got 20, 30 pounds or whatever with your fluorescent orange. It's just, there's something to be done there.
Well, I think it boils down to
if anybody has suggestion on technical orange, drop it in the comments, please.
I think the best solution is just do orange hats. Like, like the full vest, I mean, it's good, but I think if every state were like New Mexico, where it's just the orange hat. I mean, if you're rifle hunting, the one time orange vest I think is valid is when muzzleloader and bow hunting season overlap, because that seems to be when all the issues happen. But if you're rifle hunting, you have the orange hat, you're going to see everything.
Have you ever heard about the thing during World War II where they were trying to find out why planes went down, and they were reinforcing all these areas that were shot on the planes instead of reinforcing the places that weren't? It's effectively kind of the same thing, right? So like during archery and muzzleloader, people aren't wearing orange. It's not required. That's why so many more incidents happen. Versus during rifle, people are wearing orange. And that's why very little incidents happen.
Yeah, but I think wearing an orange hat is going to be, I don't think the vest really is the thing that puts it over the edge. I think it's...
How much data do we have that if we don't wear a vest?
I mean, Colorado always has there's lots of states where you just have to wear the orange hat. Yeah. Wyoming, New Mexico.
Damn.
Colorado's the one that always has the fucking issues. But I think it's mostly just because we have the most hunters.
And the most diverse amount of hunters too.
Yeah. But I think the orange vest, it's whatever. It's good.
It's a pain in the butt.
But I just think wearing an orange hat, and especially if your backpack has like an orange bandana on it, like, people are going to be able to see that. Fluorescent orange is fluorescent orange.
Yeah.
So that would be a solution to that as well.
That'd be nice. Yeah.
But all right. Next up on my list is I want a freaking tree saddle, man.
What is that?
So it's like a lightweight tree stand setup.
Yeah.
And there were multiple places where I was elk hunting this year where I was like, man, It was not far from the road. If I could have brought like a little tree saddle in here to where I could be up off the ground, where you have a much wider range of vision, it would be perfect. And I've heard some really good stories this year. I have it on good authority that there were some dudes during archery season in thick stuff that crushed it from a tree stand.
Really?
Yeah. My dad met some guys.
Really?
And they were all like Midwest whitetail tree hunters, and they were just crushing the elk. So
that sounds cool.
I think it's something I'm going to try next year. And
I couldn't bear to sit in one spot.
Yeah. See, I used to be like that. I'm getting so much better at sitting in one spot now.
No, I hate it.
It's a Zen thing. You got to it's probably like running an ultra marathon. You have to push. There's a point where you have to push through, and then it just becomes part of you. But Timber Ninja, they make the nano saddle. It's less than a pound. Really? I think with like, you have to get a platform and some, depending on where you're at, some sticks and safety harness and stuff like that. So probably looking at like 4 or 5 pounds, but
that's not bad.
It's not bad at all. Yeah. And
which really isn't terrible.
I think in specific spots it would be a really good way to do it. So that's what I'm going to do next year.
Well, that's number 4. What do I got? Number 4. I'm going to go with just a general car camping thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's to the point that pretty much every summer it's a fire ban here.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't rain. It's a desert everywhere. No. But I'd like a propane fire pit for car camping. I've seen some of those that generally beats most fire bans.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get the smell of smoke on you while you're camping.
Mm-hmm.
Though I do love a good campfire. I think that is the way future. That's the future for propane. Car camping. Yep.
Yeah.
Just a big propane fire pit. And I know they don't really put it off as much heat, but I've seen some I want to say it's like Hal or something that has like a cool, like Hal campfires. Maybe I'm not thinking of the right thing, but they have a cool one. And I think that would definitely be on my list. It's one of those things that I'd have a really hard time buying. Like when I make a gear list for myself, or like a Christmas list, if there was something I wanted, it's generally something I wouldn't buy for myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
It's like something that you'll be like, I can get away with the cheap one, or I can get away with what I have.
But
now.
If somebody wanted to buy me, like, I don't need a fire in July.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had it, I'd have a fire in July. I mean, up in the mountains, still gets 40 at night. You know, like, it cools down. So, be a cool thing to have.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. My last one here is a pair of waders that doesn't suck. If anybody has recommendations for waders that last more than a season, if you're hunting, and I just, at this point, it's beyond me. Like, I'm not going to say I've never tried any of $1,000 pairs, but I've tried basically everything else. And I feel like that's something that the outdoor industry could, I mean, if they can make a pair of waders that lasts at least 3 seasons without leaking.
You're just tough on gear. I've had my Sims waders for 5 years. They're money still.
No leaks?
No leaks.
Yeah.
They're money.
I mean, I definitely do duck hunt, and that I think that's a little bit more taxing when you're hiking and going through thick brush and shit, but I don't know.
Why don't you just get some neoprenes? Aren't those like more durable? They're hot.
They are. They're very hot. And I have had those, and they, over time the stitching on those definitely leaks.
But you can get the cheap ones. Like, at that point, you might as well just get something that's consumable. You say every season or two, you just get yourself another pair.
But those ones, even that, it's like I don't know. I use waders a lot, fish a lot, and duck hunt a lot, and it just seems like there's not really something that...
There's got to be a better way.
Yeah, it does. Just seems like by now they should have figured out something.
Yeah.
They got to make like some Ultra 400 waders.
Ultra 400 waders.
That's what I'm going to make. Ultra 400 waders.
Good luck.
That's how big of a fan I am.
Damn.
They're going to be $1,000, but at least they'll freaking work, and they're abrasion resistant.
They're going to be $2,000.
I don't care. If it lasts me for more than 2 or 3 seasons, I'm good.
$2,000?
Yeah.
I'll buy my boat. You buy waders.
Yeah. Maybe I'll do that. My
just seam seal the beans out of them.
Yeah, my friend's wife is learning how to sew now. Maybe I'll buy a roll of Ultra 400 and be like, yo, I know you just made your kid's Halloween costume. Step number 2 is a pair of Ultra 400 waders.
That sounds hilarious.
No.
That's fair, though. It's one of those gear things. My number 5 is going to be... I'll just hit number 5 and number 6 quick. One is a warmer pair of pants. I was running the First Light 308s, which I love. I love those pants. They're great. Wear them in, wear them out. In the city, they're a nice pair of pants. They're pretty cool. Definitely like an early season pant. Mm-hmm. Good ventilation. But since I do tend to be more of a rifle hunter, probably need something a little bit warmer.
Foundry guide pants, man.
Yeah.
I was a Kuiu guy for a long time. Still love the pants. Still have the DCS guide pants. But those First Light Foundry guide pants are unbelievable. Like, they've blown me away. Their water resistance and padding and durability and all that stuff. And full zip off. You get that in combination with the First Light, the zip off long underwear. Ooh. You don't have to take your boots off to
That's nice.
go down a layer.
Yeah.
It's great.
That's nice. And my number 6, well, it was something else, but now it's a muzzleloader. I think that the way tags work here locally, you got A, B, C tags even, that I can do cool hunts with a muzzleloader as a B tag and still hunt a cool rifle tag later in the year.
Yeah.
Like I can meat hunt with a muzzleloader and then go do a cool tag, A tag.
Yeah.
With the rifle. So I think I'm gonna pick myself up Muzzy.
Yeah.
See what
Any
happens.
brands?
I mean,
I know,
can't be that hard.
You gotta hit up the listeners, Grand Mesa Wild. Those guys. I don't know if they're listening, but they're here local. They've stopped by the shop, but I see them on Instagram. They hunt with muzzleloaders a lot. I'm sure they could give you a good brand recommendation.
Yeah. See, I wouldn't want they can't be that expensive. I feel like I was just gonna go to Cabela's, go to
Pick one up.
they have the used guns. I've seen Muzzies there. I'm like, it's got to be all right.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how that works.
Yeah,
I've only shot a muzzleloader a couple times.
I've never shot a muzzleloader.
They kick, that's for sure.
Yeah, they smack
and they're
it.
Loud as shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Big old puff of smoke.
Are they 50 cals?
Yeah, you could get a 54 cal.
Really?
Yeah, if you want. And I think they go down to like 47 or 48 or something like that is the lowest you can hunt with in Colorado.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's
a
good
Muzzy. Just so and plus I don't like hunting late in the year, you know?
Yeah.
Cold.
Yeah.
I'm a lizard for anybody who would like to know.
I will say though, in more states now they're coming out with these primitive tags, which are like, you know, a lot of them are flintlock muzzleloaders or cap lock muzzleloaders. But they allow you to hunt like in the peak of the mule deer rut or the best time of the year for elk, like late season stuff when they're all down from the mountains. So could be worth looking into that too.
Yeah, in that case, then I'm going archery. I just want to hunt when it's warm, man. Like, the weather is always so much better in September than it is in like rifle season.
Yeah.
Rifle season is like decent weather, really cold, and then just ginormous storm. And then so on and so forth. So kind of want the Muzzy. I'd rather battle the rain than battle the snow.
Battle the rain with black powder. Open exposed black powder.
Seems fine.
No, yeah, I'm sure it'll be fun. Yeah, well, that's our Christmas list. Drop us yours. Yeah. Any gear recs that you guys have. You know, always interested to hear that stuff. If there's any cool gear out there that we should add to our list, drop it in the comments.
Number 7, I'd like a 2026 Toyota Tundra TRD Pro.
Yeah. Good Christmas gift. Very attainable for everybody to get for you. Yeah. Put that at the top. It's like when actually,
I'd literally rather have the raft than the truck.
Yeah. If your kids are listening, put it on pause here. But when me and my brother were kids, we were, it was around that age when we found out about Santa. And and we had this Christmas where we're like, all right, let's test this. Santa can really get you anything that you want. Let's ask for his BMW Z3 and see if he delivers. Needless to say, we didn't get a Z3. That was kind of the thing that spoiled it for us.
Like,
but
Santa sucks, dude.
it would be nice if you could just be like, Santa, give me a Toyota Tundra.
Yeah.
2024. Drop that thing off in the sled.
That would be hot.
Yeah.
Wish I was a trust fund kid or rich or something.
Yeah. Next thing. So, I've been dealing with coping with the fact that the season's coming to an end here, and it's led to me doing some deep dives on the internet, and I've gotten really into tier lists. You know what I'm talking about? The tier list, like
S tier, F tier, D tier.
Yeah.
Poo tier.
Yeah. So there's a website called Tier Lister, and I've been going down the rabbit hole. They got some good ones.
Yeah.
But it's funny because like I was like, I wonder if I could do anything like camping related, or if they have anything hunting related. And like you search camping and all the tier lists, because it's basically how it works is like people will make these, anybody can just go on there and make a tier list where you judge like your favorite, characters from a movie or whatever.
Yeah.
And I searched camping, and it was all like best Roblox camping spots, and like
really?
best, just nothing related to camping at all. But it was funny. I got to one, and it was like who are the best people to take on a camping trip. Yeah. And it had like the most ridiculous people, random like movie cartoon characters, but it brought up a good question that I thought of. What superhero, if you could choose one superhero to where you could make just like essentially your bitch for all your camping, hunting, outdoor trips, who are you picking?
Who am I picking?
Yeah.
The Flash.
The Flash?
Yeah.
Really?
Dude, 500 trips? No, probably Superman, dude. I mean, he can fly. He's cool.
X-ray vision. Yeah.
Laser eyes.
Yeah. I mean, he is kind of the easy pick.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I said the Flash.
He is. That would be a good one. But can the Flash pack stuff out? Like if he's got a 80-pound pack on his back, can he go as quickly?
I mean, I'm sure he can still go 100 miles an hour.
Yeah. Maybe not 120.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Catwoman.
Yeah. Why is that? Just have some lady companionship with you?
No. I mean, Flash seems sick. Batman would be like a shit choice.
No, but he'd be the gear guy, man. He would just have all your gadgets covered. Yeah. Like he could probably,
but he wouldn't like make anything better for you. You just have cool stuff.
Yeah, he would be a good like right hand man at camp, because you'd be like making the Bat Cave badass. You'd have a nice spot to come back to. I think, I mean, Superman's kind of the obvious choice. Yeah, X-ray vision. He's got he could see through the trees, find you animals, fly you home.
Yeah.
Do the whole pack out, just freaking drag and drop that big old bull elk back at camp.
That would be sweet. I mean, he can literally like pick up cars. So
yeah. I was also thinking though that Spider-Man would be kind of fun to have along with you, just because he seems to be the chillest of all the superheroes. Like he'd be a good one to just like hang out with. He'd be a good companion.
Yeah, all of his superpowers are like kind of worthless. For you, like for your personal gain.
You like freaking blast a elk
that's
to
what
the
he
tree.
Can do. He cocoon. He can easily hang your elk quarters.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, cocoon your elk quarters.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No need for a game bag anymore.
Yeah. The other one would be like Mr. Incredible from The Incredibles. He'd be a good one, just because he's super strong.
Yeah.
I think strength and X-ray vision would probably be the best. Who would you rather take on a hunting trip between Mike Wazowski and Buzz Lightyear? Those were two of the characters from that tier list.
From that tier list? Mike Wazowski, dude.
Yeah.
I feel like he'd be cool.
That was my thought too. Yeah. Like Buzz Lightyear would be a better, he's more adventurous or whatever, but he's kind of a pretty boy.
He's kind of tiny too, dude.
That is true. He's like I feel like he would just complain the whole time, and he's all He's like the freaking pretty boy. He'd be stuck up. He'd be complaining about getting dirt on him and stuff like that. Whereas Mike Wazowski's kind of a more nose to the mat.
Crazy Mike Wazowski.
Yeah.
On the list.
Yeah. Like what? And then there was like the black dude emoji from Wii Bowling for some reason. That guy. I don't know why he was on there. He was like the only Wii character on there. It's just the most random characters in the world there. Crazy. So. But anyway.
I feel like a Wii character's gotta be a home.
Yeah.
Gotta be so chill.
Just bop with you.
Yeah, that's definitely S tier.
Yeah. He'd carry
Bowling
around that
skills
music.
On point.
Yeah, for sure. Archery. Probably be pretty good at archery.
True.
Wii archery.
Yeah.
Well, so we're going to turn this into something kind of fun here. So I ended up making a tier list on there.
Yeah.
And we decided that we wanted to turn this into like we wanted to do a giveaway, kind of get in the holiday spirit. And so we decided that we're going to give away 3 items, a flat roll, a gunny tarp, and a Dyneema wallet, I think is.
Titanium mug.
Titanium mug. That's what it was. Flat roll, tie mug, and Dyneema wallet.
Yep.
To 3 separate people. Like one person gets the tie mug, one person gets this, one person gets that. All you got to do to enter is I'm going to drop this tier list in the link below. And what it is it's the top experiences in hunting. So, and I'll put an example on the screen here.
Can I get a visual on it?
Yeah. Yep. So,
let me see.
So basically, what I put in here is stuff like a bird flushing, right? So like a pheasant, there's a picture of the pheasant jumping up. There's an elk bugle on there. There's getting back to the truck after a hard pack out.
S tier.
Yep, exactly. So there's, I don't know, there's probably 15 or 16 hunting experiences on there. All you got to do is you got to click on this link, go fill out your tier, and then you can like download a picture, take a screenshot of your tier list, and send it to us at podcast@seekoutside. You can DM us on Instagram, send it to us however you want, info@seekoutside, any of those work. Just send the photo in. We're going to pick 3 people. We're kind of gonna pick 3 random people. And you are going to get a prize. And we're also going to post this on Instagram. So you will get the
talking about the tier list.
Yep, talking about the tier list. And so yeah, this is it. So basically the tiers are the best. This is why I go. That's the top. Very fun. Not my favorite. Could do without. Least favorite part. Don't really care.
Fam. All these are the images.
Yep.
Bird dog.
Yep.
Ducks decoying.
Yep.
Like that means they're coming in.
Yeah, like locked in. Ducks coming in.
Definitely and very fun.
Yeah.
Truck after pack out, the best. This is why I go for sure. Weather, least favorite part.
Yeah.
Glassing, least favorite part.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Gobbles, never heard one.
Gobbles, those are real. Wild places, the best. This is why I go.
Yeah.
I think this could be pretty fun.
Yeah.
Be real interesting. Camp food, least favorite part.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, if you would have put a mountain house there. The fact that's a steak is a little bit different.
Well, that's the thing. It's up for interpretation. Maybe maybe your camp food is like better than what you get at home.
That's true.
Maybe it's worse. Maybe you got your uncle that comes in and just chefs up some awesome meals every year.
It's true. It's not the only thing I go hunting for is that chocolate trail mix stuff.
Yeah. It's the only food that's worth it for you.
It's so good.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, basically do this.
Just fill it out, screenshot it, send it in.
We're going to keep
I'm going to win myself flat roll.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The flat roll. If you haven't checked it out, it's freaking awesome. We got some cool new products coming out here, but this is just a way we're trying to get some, trying to do some more fun podcast things. So, fill it out, have your friends fill it out, see if you can win a and then when you send the email in, just send us your name, and then we'll announce the winners live on the podcast here. So, either way, I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Should probably get to the New Zealand boys here.
Thanks again for listening to us rambling.
Yeah.
And you're going to listen to us ramble again.
Yeah. And, it's pretty awesome that there's people that listen to this every week. I don't know how. Probably go get checked out for that. No. Enjoy the New Zealand guys, and hopefully
It is Connor's computer.
It is Connor's computer.
Oh my God.
We'll have to put a picture of that up on here. Not sure what ads you guys get served, but we're getting some funny ones here.
I think Ryan's had some questions recently.
Yeah, I guess.
Are you actually straight?
Got to cleanse this
Take the
computer
LGBTQ
here.
test.
And then the other ad on the other side is Adobe Acrobat Pro. What? Like what? That's funny. All right, New Zealand boys, Stuart, Mark, enjoy. You guys take it easy.
Peace.
Cool. Well, today on the Seek Outside podcast, got a fun one today. We have some friends of Seek Outside, some friends of Mr. Owen Tim here.
We've got two Aussies.
Two Aussies, two guys from basically Australia, the Kiwi boys. Yep, sending his fist through the camera there. We got Stu and Mark here. Thank you guys for joining us. Maybe we can just hit a quick introduction. We can start with Stu there and then move on to Mark. What's going on, man?
Oh, not much, mate. Yeah, I'm Stu, based in the North Island of New Zealand. Yeah, keen hunter. Been hunting since I could fit in Dad's backpack. It's,
nice.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
Heck yeah. All right, that'll do. Big hunter. What about you, Mark?
Yeah, Mark. So I'm in the South Island of New Zealand, the Better Island, or we call it the mainland. Yeah, again, avid alpine hunter. Just love the outdoors. So, yeah.
Well, I can start off by saying, like, anybody that's just listening to the podcast should tune into the YouTube just for this, just to see the absurd amount of gear that you guys have behind you. Stu's got a couple euros of, it looks like a fallow deer, but then he's got some backpacks. I can see behind you, Mark, you got just totes and totes of gear, which maybe that's a good spot to start, because I think New Zealand, it seems like recently there have been a lot of, like, kind of higher end hunting companies coming out of New Zealand, a lot of gear. We send a lot of gear now, obviously, thanks to you guys. I know you guys are big supporters of us, but it's got to be tough. I mean, you're wearing a Kuyu and we got a Stone Glacier shirt. Both of these are U.S. companies. It's got to be tough getting the proper hunting gear down there, right?
Yeah.
A little bit more expensive.
Yeah, it's there's like a little bit of a saying in New Zealand, like, we're sort of 10 years behind you guys with our gear and equipment. So if you're serious about the outdoors and you want to get after it and you need some quality gear, you're looking offshore, really. Like, there's not really anyone in New Zealand who's making anything that ticks all the boxes of someone who's trying to not have a pack like Owen.
What was that brand, that red backpack that you have for your son?
I can't even remember.
We should also mention it's 5 a.m. in New Zealand. This was about the only time we could get these guys on. So, that's just take it with a grain of salt. We're coming off. Yeah, we got coffee. We're coming off of it's Monday morning here. So
Tuesday for those boys.
Oh yeah, got a head start on the week for us, but
I mean, there's plenty of New Zealand brands, hunting brands, but they're just not. They just don't have the money to put into the R&D and to have the weight and the performance that you get out of a lot of the American stuff. And so both me and Mark have been running. We started running Kuyu probably 6-7 years ago, I think, probably
more. To be fair,
yeah. Yeah, so I mean, like you can get there's plenty of New Zealand brands, but they're just not as lightweight, or they just don't have the performance. And the packs, there's several really popular pack brands down in New Zealand, but they sort of weigh the base weight of them is sort of like that over 3 kilos empty.
So like over 10 pounds.
So when you start looking to do those sort of more expedition type hunting, like. Which me and Mark both love doing, it's you want that weight, right?
Got it.
Yeah. So I mean that's why both me and Mark have started looking offshore, and it's just better.
Yeah. And so that's how, because Owen, for people that I'm sure people that have listened probably know a little bit, but Owen did spend 6 months a year ago. Basically, what you went down.
Left in September last year. It's been a year. To put it in a little perspective, I met Mark over the Seek Outside Instagram, and then he hooked me up with a spot to live and came homies down there and took me on some hunts, put me on some animals, which I can't do myself in Colorado apparently. Miss New Zealand hunting. But yeah, and then kind of showed him the fruitful amazingness of Seek Outside.
Yeah. Now we got some more cult members down there, which is great. But so that's a very interesting story that you guys kind of met over the Instagram. I think New Zealand hunting, especially here in America, it's become more and more of a popular kind of you watch videos. A lot more guys are going to New Zealand, and especially I think there was kind of this preconceived notion, at least when I was like growing up, think of New Zealand, you'd see these guys coming with these red stags that just look like they, are from Lord of the Rings or something like that, or just injected with all the steroids in the world. My point is, I thought of New Zealand hunting as high fence stuff, but it's some serious new, wilderness expedition hunting.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do both, right? Mm-hmm. Like there are plenty of high fence operations that run a business out of people coming across and hunting on these massive stations. But there's also heaps more public land, Department of Conservation land, that you can just get a permit online in 5 minutes, which doesn't cost you anything, and walk on.
Yeah, New Zealand's like I've got a lot of mates who have grown up hunting in New Zealand here, and then decided that's their passion, and they've just been snapped up by outfitters in Canada and spent years over in Canada guiding and doing all that sort of stuff. And they say that New Zealand and Canada are really similar in the terrain and that sort of stuff. So it's like, I suppose hunting next door to you guys, but on the other side of the world, down here with totally different animals. And the joy with our animals is everything here is introduced. So we don't have tags, we don't have anything. Everything's classed as a pest. So it's, as Owen learnt, it's pretty wild.
Hunt year round, yeah.
It is sick.
I think one of the interesting things I kind of want to get into later, like just the process of, kind of getting the permits and public land and how all that works. But before we do that, I thought it was interesting, Owen coming back and just the difference in kind of how hunting is viewed down there and how it is up here because of that difference between, introduced animals versus here we have, a lot of primarily native stuff. And just kind of how the ethic is the same, but also different, right? I mean, like down there, the government actually encourages you to kill as many animals as possible, right? I mean, that's kind of the whole concept behind it. Whereas here, it's very limited. And like you mentioned Canada, like up in Alaska, obviously different country, but a place where expedition hunts it's like a form of tourism. You're required to take you have to get in between the rib bones and you have to get the neck meat, and they're very anal about like the regulations concerning the meat, where it's very different in New Zealand. Obviously you guys eat a lot of the meat, but it's just a completely different just mindset on how people view hunting.
There's zero regulation in regards to what meat we have to take, as you learned, Owen. Like, we just try and be as respectful as we can to the animals, but at the same time, if we're not killing them, our government will come in and just shoot them out of choppers and shoot to waste. So mainly when it gets to high density sort of situations. But yeah, like I've been to places and seen, 50 gut bags on a ridgeline of just deer that have been shot, So if we ain't shooting them, they're going to shoot them. So, we might as well take some meat and all that sort of stuff. And it's getting pretty wild down here for that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Several, I went hunting last weekend, and in the area that I was in, it's that they're actively encouraging you to shoot as many hinds as you can, because to try and keep the population under control, because it's just it's got to the point where they're just destroying the forests in those areas.
It's probably worth noting too, like the density of our bush. Like, if you've got animals living in the bush or the forest or whatever you want to call it, you ain't going to kill them. You could stalk through the bush all day and you may shoot one, but like for like a control, from a control point of view, like it's almost impossible for them to control deer that live in the bush. And New Zealand is like, I don't even know the percentage, but it's like massively covered in bush.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's like for people here, I mean, if you haven't seen pictures, I feel like Owen was describing it kind of like how we have like just these thick hellholes of Gamble's Oak here, where it's just like steep hillsides and you're not walking through it. You can see an animal, 500 yards in there, but you're not going to be able to get to it because it's just so thick. It's like, it's like freaking, for us Americans, Lord of the Rings. That's our perspective of New Zealand, and you can kind of see that in some of the terrain there. But I feel like it's
now make all that oak wet and nasty.
Oh yeah, wet and rainforesty. Yeah, I feel like it's cool what you guys can do, because it's almost like just the way hunting is down there. It seems similar to how like the long hunters and the initial like explorers that came from the eastern United States and went west and hunted buffalo and bison, but they were just, they hunt for days and they could just take whatever you want, which obviously not sustainable here, but nonetheless, as a big time hunter, it does seem cool that you could just hunt for 7 days and take as much as you want and just continue on with that hunting. You're not just limited to the one tag and then you got to go back home. So
it's pretty epic. Like, we're just coming into spring here now, so it's the time of year in New Zealand we call time to go fill the freezer, and like there's no regulations. Hinds are kicking off yearlings, all that sort of stuff. So it's like prime river flat hunting. So I'm actually supposed to be heading away this weekend for 4 days. We're going to base camp in a valley floor. We're going to punch up high, try and hunt some chamois for a couple of days, then we're going to drop back down, and we're just going to basically shoot as much meat as we can carry. And we're actually going on where we took the quad bikes.
Oh yeah, that was wet. That was a very wet day.
What is that?
We went back on the ATV with like 3 guys on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Just
hopefully there's a new path fixed back there.
Doubt it.
I don't know. It's meant to be a very similar weekend to what we had, so
really?
we may not go yet. But
okay. So with the let's dive into kind of like the logistics down there, right? So you got a piece of national forest, what we'd call national forest, what you guys call conservation lands. It seems like it's similar to kind of the States here, where there might be private land down below, or like private land that kind of restricts access. But say you guys have a particular area that you want to hunt. What are kind of the main ways, and how are you like getting access to that forest?
You had it, Stu.
On your foot.
Yeah.
Beat the feet.
Yeah.
Chopper flights in are relatively popular. But of course, they're getting quite expensive now, so not everyone's doing them, I suppose. But generally for me and Mark, it's put the boots on and put the pack on your shoulders and make the long walk in.
Yeah.
It's not often that you can take a four-wheel drive or an ATV. You can definitely drive four-wheel drives up some of the big rivers down the South Island, but generally it's on foot or you fly in with a machine.
Yeah.
And so
we've got like with our Department of Conservation land, we've got dock track networks, which quite often have easements through private property to access the public land behind. So you can sort of imagine like you have a mountain range, and at the foot of the mountain range where all the prime farmland is, that's all private. And then the public land is the mountain range. So we'll have easements through there to get up in there. But it's all, like Stu said, it's all like 90% foot access in there. New Zealand's not a big country. Like the South Island, I can't even remember, it's like 300 or 400 kilometres wide. So it's not big. So we're not walking massive distances, but the terrain's pretty tough generally. What other sort of, we do have, like you're just saying you have like national parks. We've got national parks within our public land. So we've got Department of Conservation land, which is just general, open for the public, and then we've got national parks within that, and they are. I would like, without knowing how things work in the States, like I would compare it to like the Yellowstone, where they're heavily regulated.
Mm-hmm.
They do a lot of controlled poisoning and things like that in there to kill pests and things like that. Poisoning's massive in New Zealand, by the way, like aerial drops of poison.
Yeah.
It's basically one of the only ways you can control like possums and stoats and rats and things like that, which we have a massive problem with, which again are introduced. And then we also have like, what would you call it? Like, I suppose restricted public land, which is normally like leasehold public land. So, it's publicly, owned by the government or owned by the public or whatever, however you want to view it. And it's leased to farms. So like where me and Owen went hunting stag, that was leasehold public land. So it's like a permit application separate to your general permit, which, they run like...
Which is very competitive.
Very competitive. It's, it's a small chunk of land that, because it's farmed, obviously the feed's better, the everything like that, the animals are better, all that sort of stuff. So but worth it.
Yeah. So that's kind of considered like the premier stuff if you can get into an area that has that's controlled public access. Do you have to, and you typically have to get like a permit? How much does that cost there?
Yeah. So this will get you as well. So we've got our everyday like Department of Conservation permit, which is free, to hunt on land. It's just a way of them tracking numbers of how many people are out in the backcountry, what they're doing, all that sort of stuff. They ask you questions when you apply. And then places like that is like another permit again on top of that. it is at the moment 100% free to apply.
Wow.
Which I have no idea how they sustain that. Probably with taxpayer money, but hey, I'm cool with it at the moment. And yeah, you go in the draw to pick out, like we just yesterday morning we had our Red Stag Raw ballot open for the Molesworth where me and Owen went, which is like a highly competitive ballot system. The ballot opened at 7 a.m. I had my application in by 7:02, and I didn't hear back. And I know people that did. So
it sounds very similar to. Honestly, it sounds pretty similar to kind of some of the things that we have. Like we have a walk-in access program here, which it's basically farmers will allot their land. You can go hunt on it. Very highly competitive. You know, we have, and I'm mostly just saying this to compare it to, for anybody that might be looking to go down to New Zealand, you know, just so that they can kind of make the connection there. And then,
go blow out Mark's spot.
Yeah. Yeah. And then like the permitting system, I mean, that's here in America, that's how you draw tags there. And a lot of times if it's a good tag, it's done in 20 seconds.
The general thing in New Zealand, as I said to you guys the other day when we were chatting, we can hunt 365 days of the year. Like, you know, you wake up on a Saturday morning, you don't have much planned and the weather's good. You go hunting.
Yeah.
And you can hunt whatever you want.
Yeah.
And you don't need a ballot for like most areas. Yeah. Like it's all just like, it's like if you just
as long as you've got your public land permit, you can go on general public land whenever you want. Yeah. And there's obviously private land as well.
And if you wanted to just punch up to the mesa and go shoot shit, you totally could.
I mean, it's amazing.
I think like for me when I was down there, what was so cool was like when we went and did the meat hunt freezer filler, like you just, man, I'm getting low on back straps. Go smack a deer, you know, like versus here, you know, I had that 5-day season that I just hunted. I didn't see one elk. And it's like, now I have to see if I'm lucky to get a B tag to even, you know, fill my freezer on that.
Yeah.
So it's just like such a cool experience being down there and just like, hey,
I remember that night in particular. So as well in New Zealand here on private land, you can hunt at nighttime. So I took Owen to some private land to hunt at nighttime.
It felt so dirty.
I remember you shooting that deer.
Yeah.
And we were with another buddy of mine, and he's like, quick, shoot the other one. And Owen's like, what? We can shoot more? I was like, yeah, keep shooting, man. Like, keep shooting until you run out of bullets.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
it's
wild.
And a lot of places that's actually encouraged.
Yeah.
Like I've been to farms and they've said you shoot everything you see.
Yeah.
You know.
So
everything. Like,
do they have hogs down? You guys are on different islands?
Yeah.
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 So and they got like wild hogs on both islands there?
Yeah. I shot one on
the
Molesworth
real
trip.
popular.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I shot. There was a far smacking that hog.
Yeah. So
I would have done that. Geese, whatever I could. I'm coming back.
Yeah.
Selling my house.
Well, that's the thing though, is like it seems like going to New Zealand, and I don't know about like getting the antlers back, and we talked to and like the meat back and stuff. That's a little bit more complicated, but if you're talking about just straight up the hunt and all the flights and stuff like that, because of the lack of like needing to pay. I mean, spots like if you want to go up to Alaska and you want to hunt caribou, you know, just to be able to kill one caribou, it's $1,600 for the tag, license, all that stuff. So all that stuff adds up. I think it's more cost effective to go down to New Zealand. Problem is, I think, you know, a lot of the meat you're not going to be able to bring back, and you know, it's a hassle to bring antlers back internationally. But that's one of the cool things about it.
Yeah,
what's that? 1,600. Where you go, Mark?
The like what you did, Owen, when you were here, you just, he was just shooting enough meat to sustain himself for the 6 months he was here. It was easy,
Yeah.
So losing you, but
what's the favorite? Oh, go ahead, Mark. Or sorry, Stu.
I was going to say, like me and Mark last year, I think we spent all day walking into this. I think it was a similar area to where Owen shot his stag, and there was a guy from Europe had actually come over, and talking to him, it was more cost effective for him to come over here and spend 2 or 3 months hunting than hunt in Europe.
Yeah, wow, he was from Austria.
Yeah.
He said he could spend about 10 grand and come over to New Zealand and hunt, and it was cheaper than him trying to shoot one animal in Austria. So, and he was a guide. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. So he spent his 10 grand, came to New Zealand, shot tar, shot chamois, shot stag, pig, everything, went home a happy man,
Yeah.
I feel like the hardest thing would be just going over there by like yourself. Like if you didn't have like if I didn't have you, I don't know where I would have even started with the hunting stuff,
Yeah.
I think just because of like how hunting is in New Zealand, I see it all the time on Facebook groups and things like that. Well, I actually met a guy from Canada exactly like this just recently on a tar hunt who just put a message out there on a Facebook group. He was just like, hey, I'm here. I fly home in 2 weeks. I want to do a tar hunt. I've got this plan. Does anyone want to join me? And we were like, hey, you can. We had a guy drop out of our trip last minute with helicopter costs. We were like, oh, sweet, just jump in with us. And and so New Zealand, what I'm getting at is New Zealanders are pretty giving and kind when it comes to hunting, because I suppose it's not as hard to come by, I suppose is probably the word. So
more opportunities.
For anyone from the States traveling to New Zealand, if you didn't know anyone, you just get over here, get on as many Facebook groups as you can, and just be a good person and just put your name out there, and someone will give you something,
Yeah. That's like the opposite here. It's like there's intentional, you mislead people. You're like, oh yeah,
it's definitely still that definitely still happens. Like,
okay,
but generally someone will throw you just like a half chewed bone and just be like, you go there, and probably for you guys that'd be sweet. You'd go there, you'd see animals, you'd kill something, and you'd be happy. Where I'm not going to give you my best spot. I'm just going to give you somewhere that might be half decent.
That's great. So what's kind of the preferred? Maybe it differs island to island, but it sounds like maybe like stags is the most, or like red deer is the most populous. But is there a favored? Like I see that fallow deer back. That is what that is, right? Fallow deer back behind you, Stu.
Yep.
So
there's a fallow deer.
But those, I don't think you got to hunt those, right, when you were down there?
No, fallow deer in the South Island are quite hard to come by, especially good ones like that's classed as quite a good one. There's plenty of fallow in the South Island, but because they live on, like fallow deer only graze, they don't browse, so they eat grass essentially, right? So they live near or on a lot of farmland. You do find them, way up and whatever, but they're few and far between. So red stag is probably the most heavily populated species in New Zealand. But we've got Stu chime in, and you've got probably more deer species in the south and the North Island in the south. But we've got red deer, fallow deer, and whitetail in the South Island. And then we've got chamois and tar. So you've
got elk too.
Oh, and elk, as well.
Wapiti.
Wapiti, they're like a real pissy wash down elk. You sort of like the true blood elk you normally see on farms. And then we've got our Wapiti herd right down far, like the bottom of the South Island, which is a controlled herd in a national park. Is it a national park? Don't know.
Yeah, wilderness area.
Yeah, it's a weird area, but it's like one of the best models of hunter-led conservation in New Zealand. So it's pretty awesome. They manage all the deer.
You actually need to get a tag for the elk down there.
Yeah. It's
not necessarily.
It's a ballot system.
Yeah, not necessarily a tag, but a ballot. Like, because you could still go in there and shoot.
I think in the general, you can go in. I don't know. It's such a long way to go for us. Like, it's like probably a 12, 13-hour drive from my house, and it's a flight, and then probably that for you, Stu. So,
yeah.
And it's probably the most gnarly country in New Zealand.
Yeah.
There's videos you see on YouTube of guys hunting down there where we've got our wapiti, and it's so common to hear them say, in the last 3 hours we've walked 1 kilometer.
Oh no.
That's
yeah. Just gnarly.
Yeah.
It's where elk live here too.
Rainforest. Like, I think they get this will probably, especially for you guys in Colorado, blow your minds. But I think the average rainfall for Fiordland, where the wapiti live, is Stu, maybe Google this and double check, but
I'm doing it right now.
16 meters of rain a year.
Yeah, it's something.
That's
insane.
crazy.
What is that town there?
16 meters.
Tianao.
Yeah, Tianao.
Yeah.
So that's like 48 feet of rain, 50 feet of rain.
7 apparently. 7 meters of rain a year.
Oh, they got more than that last year, but yeah. Anyway,
still 21 feet. That's crazy.
That's wild amounts of rain.
The average annual rainfall in Tianao is 1,200 millimeters. So that's 12 meters.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Either way, nothing that the Western United States mind can comprehend unless you're up in Alaska.
In the neighboring.
Yeah. And the other thing that we have in New Zealand, which I know Owen struggled with, was the humidity, which I didn't realize was a thing because I don't really leave New Zealand. So
yeah.
But right now we're probably running at 110% humidity right now. It's raining where I am. So
yeah. Yeah, that's gotta create a whole new set of challenges. I mean, but and typically you guys are going out spring and fall, right? A little bit in the winter, but kind of shoulder season more.
My favorite time of year to hunt summer.
Oh, really?
I love chasing. We call it in New Zealand chasing strippers. So basically chasing stripping red deer once they're just starting to shed all their velvet and all that sort of stuff. The animals are fat, so that's awesome. Generally, like the red stag and that are mobbed up high. Just I love hunting alpine, so it's like the perfect time for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got following on from that, then we've got our rut, and then I do love a little bit of winter hunting.
Yeah, well, that's what I was wondering. Just like with the humidity and the rain and stuff like that, if but it sounds like summer. Do you guys get more rain in the summer or the winter there?
Winter,
yeah. So that's probably another benefit to the summer.
Winter is wet.
Okay.
Where I live here in Brightwater, the top of the South Island, I've seen it snow here once in the 30-odd years I've lived here, and it didn't snow where it settled on the ground. It just sort of snowed and disappeared and blah, blah, blah. So our winters, we'll get down to -1 would be a cold morning here. This is obviously Celsius. Yeah. We operate in the better system over here.
We're rebels.
But just a lot of rain here.
Yeah.
Wet. Summers are dry. Summers are really dry as well, but still humid.
Okay. Yep. So explain the gun situation down there too. Like what are some of the regulations? Because you guys can't bow hunt down there, correct?
Yeah, you can bow hunt. Yeah.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, you could hunt with a spear if you wanted.
Oh, okay.
Hunt with a
Yeah,
rock.
I've actually seen that on
couldn't,
YouTube.
Is it the Aussies that can't bow hunt, or I thought there was somewhere down there you can't bow hunt?
Australians, they've got a lot of regulations in and around. Like, I know they can like hunt with a compound bow unregulated. I could be wrong on that.
Okay.
But you have to have a special license for a crossbow over there.
Interesting.
Because it's deemed a firearm, and their firearm laws are wild over there as well.
Yeah. Well, the reason I say that, obviously you can hunt, year round and stuff, but I thought in one of those spots I'd heard, and maybe it's like Europe or somewhere else, but that because it's not
Ryan's mind of the rest of the world is it's just USA and then just one the rest of it.
Hey, I've probably been in more countries than you, buddy. But I thought it was because it wasn't like wherever I heard that, it's because a bow isn't as effective as a rifle, and they were trying to promote just killing as much.
In some states of Australia, they were trying to ban bow hunting.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how far they got with that, but I don't. Yeah,
I gotcha.
I know I have seen
and
that they were trying.
we generally just copy Australia or you guys. So
okay, yeah.
But I mean, we've just had a massive change in the last sort of 5 years or so. Was it, Stu? Like with our gun laws, we had a big shooting that occurred, was pretty gruesome and terrible and all that sort of stuff. You guys are well aware of that sort of thing. But it's not very common here in New Zealand to have that sort of thing go on, and that just rattled our government, and they just went wild on gun laws. So we've got no semi-autos unless you're specially licensed, and even then you've got to have like justification and reasoning to own semi-auto. Yeah, I'm talking like ARs and things like that, pistols. Yeah. Shotguns have got limitations to how many rounds they can hold, all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, and there's even talk of limiting caliber here. Mm-hmm. So, because basically if you have anything bigger than like a, 308 or something like that, you're basically a sniper because and you're going to shoot some stuff up, which is just so wildly wrong. But you know what it's like. You've got I'm not going to go into the politics too much of it.
Yeah.
But
no, that's understandable. Yeah, that is weird about the caliber limit. But we're big placement guys over caliber. So
now that I have a 300 Win mag, I ain't about it. Getting a 338.
But so like, and then traveling down there with firearm, are there places where you can like rent them for hunting, or is it better to kind of just bring your own?
I think,
probably not.
Yeah, I think you can to come to New Zealand with a firearm, you have to have like what they call like a sponsor. Mm-hmm. So it's basically somewhere. So the New Zealand police know when you come into New Zealand with a firearm, you're going to have somewhere to safely store your firearm when you're not hunting. Mm-hmm. I don't know about hiring guns. I don't know how the crossover of licensing goes or anything like that, but generally, I think a lot of people just bring bows to New Zealand because it's easier.
Okay, yeah,
but I'm sure there's a way.
You can apply for a visitor's firearms license, which I don't know how hard or easy it is, but like Mark said, you'd have to have somewhere where you could store it, like someone's house that you could store it at when you're not using it. I've never flown internationally with firearms, but I've flown domestically throughout New Zealand with my rifle a few times, and it's surprisingly easy. Like, so much so it wouldn't affect any decision.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's not.
Yeah, when I had looked into bringing one over, it was a pain in the ass. Yeah, like more work than it was worth, I suppose.
Especially when you got friends that have one down there. That's clutch.
Yeah.
So, and I know you guys got to get to work here pretty soon, so I don't want to take up too much more of your time. But kind of the last thing I wanted to cover is kind of bringing it full circle, talking about gear. I mean, what are some of the most essential pieces of gear that people need down there? Just clothing, boots wise, is there anything specific?
I would just say being prepared to be wet. And from being on hunts with Owen and just talking about that sort of thing, and like I sort of it's made me now watch videos and things like that differently when you see someone in the US talking about condensation. It's like, oh man, you don't even know what condensation is. Like condensation in New Zealand in a tent is like could be life ending in a bad situation.
Yeah.
I was on a hunt recently. We got into a valley floor. We're going in to hunt meat, and it had rained the day before, so the ground was already wet, and it rained again that night once we'd set up camp, and just the humidity, the like it wasn't a cold. It was a little bit cold, but it wasn't too bad. But just the condensation that arose from the ground. And then the rain hitting the tent. It was basically raining on me in the tent. And there's zero you can do about it. Like, it doesn't matter who makes the tent, whatever you do, like, there's just no way around it. It just comes down to picking a good campsite and things like that. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the gear-wise, like, it's relatively similar to what you'd use over there anyway. So I don't think it's completely different. I don't know, it's just having an open mind when you come down here and getting after it.
Yeah.
Better rain gear.
Yeah.
Probably the move. That's it.
Just kind of like prepare like you're going up to Alaska or something. I will say, just based on the tent, and you mentioned the bright water earlier. I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
So
You mentioned bright water. That's where you live. People have seen it on this podcast, and I think Owen was very inspired by his trip down there to come up with this new tent. So I don't know, maybe if you want to dive back into some of the things that you learned from over there, and maybe some of the things that you learned from these guys that inspired that tent there.
Nowhere to pitch.
Yeah.
Or like much less of a area to pitch. I feel like that was like your probably biggest problem with like the Silex and stuff, right? Was finding a spot to pitch a bigger tent.
It's any tent. Like we have like, I don't know if you guys have got similar, but we've got like tussock grass over here, and it just grows everywhere, and it grows in these like big mounds. And so you're basically trying to like find gaps in the tussock and stuff when you're up high, obviously, to pitch a tent. So you need a tent that can fit somewhere relatively small, be tough in the wind, because you're up high, exposed. There's no trees up there. There's nothing, So Owen, from my point of view, Owen had a guy in his ear for 6 months just being like, you need to do this, you need to do that.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it was.
And then, yeah. So
it's also cool to have a tent made of like higher quality materials. Like, because me and Mark have definitely both had tents before that have ripped or not been as
not lived up to their sales pitch.
I'm trying to use my words carefully here. Yeah.
What material was that tent made out of?
Mine
want to say it was
poly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. And it was marketed as the bee's knees.
Yeah.
The anti-sag material.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
which sags like a mofo.
There was one morning it was on that chamois hunt, right? Woke up and your tent was way more sag than my Silex was.
Really?
That was a real interesting little unintentional experiment. That we had 3 tents there. We had, I'm not going to say names of anything, but we had one single poly teepee. You had your Silex Owen, which is sil nylon, and then we had another 15D sil nylon tent, real lightweight thing. And it was just really interesting. Again, the condensation was really bad. And with the condensation is one thing, but then obviously the material's sagging because of that, and you get it every night here in New Zealand.
Yeah.
So it was interesting to see what sagged the most, and it was not as seen on TV, you know?
Yeah.
I'd say the 15,
yeah,
the 15D definitely was the worst.
For sure.
Yeah. That was crazy. But yeah, it was an interesting experiment.
Similar to kind of some of the things we've found. And it's good to hear that you guys are putting our gear to work out there, though. Yeah.
I actually put your DST to work over the weekend. That was the first time I'd actually had it out in the hills. My wake up alarm clock's just going off. And I had several very windy, one really windy night and one where the tent woke up the DST tarp woke up drenched, and us just talking about sagging now that I realised that it was still pretty taut in the morning.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, it's good to hear. Did you have anything else that you wanted to touch on with them before we skip up out of here?
Miss you, Mark. I missed you, dude. Take me back.
He's been, I think this hunting season has really brought some things into perspective for Owen.
Well, now
the fishing season's just kicked off here too.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, now that it's...
And there's some absolute hogs being caught, just so you know.
Yeah.
Damn it. Now that it's actually getting cold too, I'm like, I haven't had a real winter in so long. I'm like, I need to go back.
Yeah.
Back to summer.
Yeah.
Oh, Ryan, I don't know if you know, but me and you have actually got beef. Like, you've been talking shit about Owen's little red stag. When are you going to come down here and shoot one?
Yeah, I need to. One of these days.
Talking rubbish about his little stag?
Yeah, I'll definitely come down to Australia or New Zealand, one of the two. I mean, and try to knock something down. No, I really want to, and like, that's honest to God. Just gotta line it up. I mean, especially now, kind of knowing you guys, it's cool to have some fellers down there that could help out. And I don't know. Is
that winter tar?
Yeah. For me personally, hunting stag would be awesome, but chamois and tar I think would be on my high on my bucket list, just because those are the species like similar to like mountain goats and bighorn sheep. I mean, you kind of have in the chamois, that's like the mountain goat, and then the tar's very similar to bighorn sheep, just in terms of like their species, similarities. That to me, that's like the go-to there.
Do you have your stag from this year, Stu?
It's in the lounge on the wall.
You were the one that you got the big one there, right? In that film that we did.
He wasn't there.
Oh no. Okay,
but he did get a big one.
Yeah, different buddy, but yeah.
Okay.
Some pretty epic animal.
I'll send you a couple pictures and you can put them
into the podcast. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure me and Mark can send you some pictures.
Definitely. Yep. Yeah, no, it's gonna happen one day. We'll make it work. It's freaking this U.S. economy isn't always the lightest on the wallet.
Oh, come on, man! Like, you bring $10 down here, you can buy half the city.
Yeah. No, that's
exchange rate.
Nice. $10 American is like $100 New Zealand biscuits.
Exactly.
Maybe me and Owen will pool our money together and buy a big old ranch down there. The Seek Outside Ranch could be like our fantasy factory. Yeah. Rob Deerdeck.
A clever idea, Ryan, would be to just sell Owen's house and move down.
Yeah. There we go.
Then you still got your house.
There we go. No, that's we'll make it happen one of these days.
Yeah, I'd be pumped to come back.
Got to get you guys up here too.
Oh yeah, it's definitely for me it's pretty high up there on the list of things to do, but when the exchange rate's the opposite way around, it's going to be a pretty expensive trip, especially for me. I've got a family, so they all want to come.
Yeah, that's why you got the new job.
Yeah. Well, so just real quick, one more thing before we get off. What you guys coming to America? What would be your species that you'd want to chase?
Black bear.
Hands down, high country mule deer for me.
Like, yeah, black bear and mule deer.
Big muleys.
Well, I feel like we could, if we did it like archery season, you could probably knock both of those out in the same trip.
True.
What's archery?
It's stick and string, you know.
Yeah, right.
We'll get you on a muzzleloader. That's what I've decided I'm going.
There we
go. Be a muzzleloader guy.
Yeah.
So I actually get some better seasons.
Yeah.
No, that's a good one.
Yeah, is there like for you guys, since you do have so much available animals and hunting, is there like a dream foreign hunt, like just in general? Anywhere in the world?
Moose.
I
think moose would be pretty cool.
Yeah, moose didn't really spin my wheels, but for me, I'd love to go on an Alaska sheep hunt. I don't even really think I'd be too worried if I was the person with the tag. I'd just love to be on that sort of, that 10 to 14 day experience of just living it wild. Like we think we've got it wild down here, but it sounds pretty wild, up north of you guys, up in Alaska. So that'd be probably my bucket list.
Yeah.
But then real close behind is muleys, man. Like, I don't know what it is about them for me, but yeah, they're pretty sick deer.
Yeah.
You would have loved what I got into this weekend. Just no elk, but there was just some huge mule deer. Like, I was glassing up.
It must be tough, like, being on a hunt and having an elk tag and seeing mule deer and not being able to shoot them.
Exactly how it goes. If you have just a deer tag, you'll just only be an elk.
It's a known like joke here. Or like if you have like a bull tag, for a bull elk, you'll only see cows. Or if you have a buck tag, you're only going to see does. It's like, it's just everything's like those, because we have the seasons and the tag structure that we do, like those things are in such high demand. So they get all the pressure put on them. And I think they're just, the bucks and bulls here, just super smart. I don't know how they are down there. Like hunting pressure down there. I guess keep saying one more thing. Do you guys ever like run into other hunters while you're out in the woods there?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. There's no shortage of that. It's basically like it's like anywhere. The closer you are to like the trailhead or the car park as we call it here, or the road, the hunting is or the hunting pressure is higher. So that's where we like to just go light and just go as deep as we can, get into those gnarly places where there is no hunting pressure. And I've definitely been in places and been looking at animals and considering shooting them, and then they just get shot in front of you, and you're like, oh, where's that person?
Yeah.
That happened to me and you a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, that's I don't know. That's interesting.
I think you get that.
The joy with the hunting here is the hunting can just evolve as you go.
Yeah.
Like you're just talking then, and about your elk hunt and just seeing mule deer. And, like for us, that's just boom. We're hunting mule deer.
Shifted.
Well, the equivalent. We were hunting red deer over here with Owen, and then we see a big mob of pigs, and it's like, right, we're hunting pigs. Like, let's get into it.
Yeah.
And basically, I mean, we can even shoot Canadian geese with rifles over here. So
yeah. Owen's got I think if he were to go back, that's probably what his
I've said it multiple times. It would just be like hunting geese with a rifle.
Yeah.
Since I'm so devoid of geese hunting here. I suck.
Yeah. I take him out waterfowl hunting here, and it always seems like he's killed some ducks, but I'll always make like a super long 70-yard shot on a goose. Only when I'm with him. If it's not with him, then I miss. But yeah, no geese for him. But well, I really appreciate you guys jumping on, man. I think that was a good, just for anybody that might be interested in New Zealand, I mean, shoot, hit these guys up here. And so, is it Mark? Well, I was gonna say because you guys have a pretty solid following on Instagram, right? Kiwi Lads. Yeah. Yep. And so that's just you, Mark, right? Or is that both of you guys? Yeah. Okay.
No, that's just me. Yeah. So I'm Kiwi Lads Hunting Adventures. And Stu's got his own Instagram.
Beard and gun.
Right.
Beard and gun.
It's confusing.
That real pesky guy who was on YouTube on your DST giveaway.
Yeah. I made sure to bring the mustache back just for this podcast here.
It's doubled up.
Doubled up.
Yeah. Like, I'm surprised. Like, do you guys have to drive past schools or anything to go to work? Like,
no.
How does that work? Do you have to box around?
I had to be real careful buying my house. I had to,
yeah.
Had to be at least a mile away from one.
Yeah. So we got all the PVC in our water and stuff here, so that's why this thing can't grow in.
Yeah, fair.
Well, cool, guys.
Brilliant.
Did you guys have anything else you wanted to tell the people?
Tell the world.
Tell the world.
Hi, Mum.
Hi, Mum.
Thanks for watching.
I will say a New Zealand accent for like a hunter. Have you guys ever is the I think the movie's called The Hunter. Is that big in New Zealand? With oh man, I'm forgetting. Basically, the Tasmanian tiger. He goes searching, or maybe it's not even based in New Zealand, Tasmania.
No,
that's probably more. Yeah, my bad. It's all the same down there.
That's just another
Yeah.
But I thought he lived in New Zealand. So the Tasmanian tiger, there's no rumor of it living in New Zealand. No? Okay. Yeah. So it's never mind. Forget that.
New Zealand before introduced deer and other pests, we just had birds.
Yeah. Right.
And half of them didn't fly. Yeah. They're lazy. Okay.
That was stupid.
The only native mammal is a bat. Little tiny bat.
Yeah. Well, as we've learned in previous years, you don't want to eat those, so don't be hunting those down there. Right on, guys. Well, thank you, bunch, and Stu and Mark. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Cheers, boys.
Later.
Cheers.
You have a good day.